What if I told you there's a guy breaking the same world record over and over on purpose and getting paid every single time he does it? Not some retired legend, not a seasoned pro, but a college kid who figured out how to turn Olympic gold into a gold mine. Today, we're diving into how Arman Duplantis hacked the system, outsmarted the sponsors, and turned 1 centimeter at a time into serious cash. But before we begin, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel. While some Olympians dream of one moment on the podium, Duplantis figured out how to make every centimeter count. Literally. He's been raising the bar in pole vault by just a single centimeter with each record attempt. It sounds trivial. It sounds silly. But here's what you need to understand. Each one of those jumps unlocks a fresh round of 5-figure sponsorship bonuses. That 1 centimeter could be worth $50,000. And the sponsors? They're happily cutting those checks. Because each new world record makes headlines, spikes engagement, and gets their logos back in front of global audiences. For Duplantis, world domination isn't just vertical, it's financial. Arman Duplantis didn't just arrive out of nowhere. Born in 1999 to a Swedish mother and an American father who just so happened to be a former pole vaulter himself, Mondo was practically engineered for this. By the time he was 7, he was already vaulting over bars that would shame most middle schoolers. By 12, he was breaking age group world records. And by the time he enrolled at Louisiana State University, the world was starting to realize that this wasn't just another talented college athlete. This was a global phenomenon in the making. But what makes his story so wild isn't just the records or the medals, it's that he was doing all of this while technically a student athlete. He didn't need to leave college to become a pro. He was a pro. The NCAA allowed him to keep competing while representing Sweden internationally, and sponsors swarmed in. While other college athletes were juggling finals and part-time jobs, Duplantis was out there competing on the Diamond League circuit and climbing the all-time pole vault rankings. Then came the 2020 Tokyo Olympics, delayed to 2021, where Duplantis vaulted into the global spotlight. At just 21 years old and still closely tied to LSU, he captured Olympic gold with ease. He didn't just win, he made it look like he wasn't even trying. But behind the scenes, his team was working the system with surgical precision. See, the pole vault world record previously held by legends like Sergei Bubka and Renaud Lavieni was always treated like a mountain. You conquer it once, you plant the flag, you celebrate. Then you wait for someone else to try. But Duplantis, he had other ideas. Track and field sponsors, especially companies like Puma and Red Bull, offer structured bonuses for athletes who break world records. But they're not cumulative for the amount of progress made. In other words, if you jump 6.23 meters and then later jump 6.30 meters, the bonus isn't for the 7 centimeter gain. It's for each individual time you break the record. So why would Duplantis go straight to 6.30 when he could just jump 6.18, then 6.19, then 6.20, and cash in every single time? That's not gaming the system. That's understanding the rules better than anyone else. His bonus loop quickly gained attention. Fans called it the Arman Duplantis loophole, even though it's not really a loophole at all. It's simply a high IQ strategy in a sport that rarely rewards intelligence over brute talent. And Mondo has both. Each centimeter he adds doesn't just raise the bar in the literal sense. It raises his bank account, his brand value, and his media visibility. And he's made it clear he's going to keep going. One record at a time, one check at a time, until either his body gives out or physics does. But Duplantis isn't the only Olympic-level athlete who stayed enrolled in college while competing with the world's best. The NCAA has long been a hotbed for Olympic greatness, even though most fans don't realize just how many Olympic medals were won by people still attending lectures and dodging dorm inspections. Let's take a quick look at a few who followed similar paths, each one of them world-class, but still somehow managing college life. Katie Ledecky, for example, is one of the most decorated swimmers in history, and she did it all while attending Stanford University. After bursting onto the Olympic scene as a 15-year-old in London 2012, she became a legend in Rio 2016 with 4 gold medals and 1 silver. But instead of cashing out and going fully professional, she chose to swim for Stanford. She balanced rigorous academics with NCAA meets, winning national titles while still being one of the most dominant freestyle swimmers on earth. Her time in college wasn't just about athletics, it was about discipline, time management, and longevity. Sydney McLaughlin is another textbook case of collegiate Olympic brilliance. She first qualified for the Olympics at just 16 and later enrolled at the University of Kentucky. In 2020, she obliterated the world record in the 400-meter hurdles twice. And just like Duplantis, she became a brand ambassador dream. But while raking in medals and attention, she kept her college life low profile. She trained hard, kept winning, and went on to redefine what a young athlete could achieve in a short time span. Then there's Caleb Dressel. A University of Florida alum, Dressel has been hailed as the next Michael Phelps, and for good reason. During the Tokyo Olympics, he won 5 gold medals and set multiple records, all while only recently having completed his college swimming career. What set Dressel apart was how seamlessly he transitioned from NCAA-level training into the Olympic arena. He didn't need to reinvent his routine. The infrastructure at Florida was good enough to carry him all the way to the top. Harvard's Gabby Thomas stands out for a completely different reason. Not only did she sprint her way to an Olympic bronze in the 200 meters, but she did it while simultaneously earning a master's in epidemiology. That's right. While the world was battling a pandemic, she was both researching disease control and torching tracks worldwide. Gabby didn't just represent excellence in athletics, she redefined the modern student athlete. For her, academics and Olympic success were parallel lanes, and she ran both without missing a beat. Lastly, Grant Holloway deserves his flowers. Another Florida Gator, Holloway dominated the 110-meter hurdles at the collegiate level and quickly made his way onto the global stage. He won NCAA championships with ease, then took silver in Tokyo, and has since been flirting with world records. His form, focus, and technique all developed while he was still under the NCAA banner. If Duplantis is the blueprint for maximizing financial gain, Holloway is the template for technical perfection honed in a college setting. All these athletes prove one thing: college isn't a barrier to Olympic greatness, it's often the launch pad. The NCAA may not pay its athletes directly, but the exposure, coaching, and competition level are unmatched. Schools invest millions into athletic facilities, sports science, and elite-level staff. For someone like Duplantis, the NCAA was less of a stepping stone and more of a strategic base camp for world domination. And now, thanks to evolving NIL, name, image, likeness rules, the game is changing even more. Athletes can now earn money legally while still competing for their schools, creating a new hybrid category, the Pro Collegiate Star. It's no longer go pro or go home. You can stay in school, train with world-class coaches, compete in the NCAA and the Olympics, and still stack sponsorship deals. But let's not lose sight of Duplantis in all this. What he's doing isn't just amazing, it's calculated. His team understands the media cycles, the incentive structures, and the psychology of spectacle. Every time he breaks a record, the headlines write themselves, "New world record, Duplantis does it again." They don't care if it was by 1 centimeter or 10. The buzz is the same. And that buzz keeps the sponsors happy. And maybe that's the real lesson here. The best college athlete Olympians aren't just gifted, they're strategic. They know how to train, when to peak, and how to translate medals into momentum. Whether it's through incremental records like Duplantis, academic balance like Gabby Thomas, or technical mastery like Holloway, they understand that greatness isn't just about one performance, it's about playing the long game. So next time you see a college kid step onto an Olympic stage, don't be surprised. That's not a lucky break, it's the result of years of precise planning, brutal discipline, and in Duplantis' case, a little bit of vaulting genius. If you enjoyed this breakdown of the college to Olympic pipeline and how one athlete figured out how to turn centimeters into cash, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment below. If you could break one world record over and over again for money, which one would you choose?